Round 4 of the FIM S1 Supermoto World Championship and S2 European Championship comes from Rijeka in Croatia. Situated on the Varna Bay on the edge of the Adriatic Sea, this transport hub plays host to the best supermoto riders in the world as we enter the second half of the World Championship season. At round 3 last time out, Mauno Hermanen became the third different Grand Prix winner in 2012, and while he'll be looking to add another victory in quick succession, you can bet the likes of Thomas and Adrian Scherer will be looking to do the same. Here's Thomas Scherer, the TM factory rider, taking us a lap around this brand new circuit here in Croatia. A very long start straight into a sweeping left-hander. The rider's hardly backing off as they head through that turn, and then it's back down a long straight into this next sweeping right, kissing the curb there. A lot of room for the riders to manoeuvre this weekend. We've got 2 dirt sections as well, the first of which here, so hard on the brakes into this tight left-hander. This freshly watered circuit, you can see that's going to dry out. There's loose stones in there as well, so it's going to be pretty slick. Back onto the tarmac, and once again you can hear that TM machine of Thomas Scherer. Top gear as he heads down the back straight through this kink, out to the middle of the circuit and then to the right hand side, backing off slightly as once again he brakes hard into another left. This is the second of the dirt zones. This is the right-hander, then we go left into this final turn here. We exit the turn, we head uphill, and then there is the finish line jump right there, and then we go right left and we're back onto the tarmac. In the S2 European Championship, Peter Vorlacek has a 60-point advantage over Devon Vermeulen, with Sami Salsala just 6 points further back. And in the time practice session, our championship leader Vorlacek easily outclassed the rest of the riders, Malachi Mitchell-Thomas and Lucas Holbacher. The first moto was won start to finish by Peter Vorlacek, ahead of Lucas Holbacher and Devon Vermeulen, with Edgardo Barella and Sami Salsala rounding out the top 5. In moto number 2, it was Vorlacek, Salsala and Holbacher, with Vermeulen 4th and Matteo Martella down in 5th. This is the third and final moto of the afternoon, and once again it's Vorlacek 202, our early race leader here, ahead of the 146 of Sami Salsala. Number 18 in there as well, Chris Hodgson, who's had a bit of a nightmare weekend so far here in Croatia. See how slippery it is through the off-road section there as well. But back with our race leader, Vorlacek, trying to open up an advantage. The first race he won by just over a second. The second race around 4 seconds. So he'll be looking to do the same, but he's got to keep his focus because the surface on these parts of the circuit here, very, very slippery. Salsala doing well there in second, Hodgson in third, but look at that, Vermeulen and Holbacher fighting over 4th place. Onto the narrow line that is the race line. Out of that final corner, on the gas, 146, Sami Salsala tries to keep Vorlacek in his sights. The 172, Holbacher now in 3rd place, Vermeulen 4th, Hodgson still there in 5th place. Then we've got the 20, Edgardo Barella down in 6th. Who's that? Malachi Mitchell-Thomas going in hard. And Mitchell-Thomas losing out there. So it'll be no points for him. Here's a battle for second. Holbacher now, 172, all over the back of the Finn, Sami Salsala, as they head down a back straight, but no one able to keep this man in their sights. The 202, Peter Vorlacek, as he looks to take his 3rd overall Grand Prix victory in 2012. That's 9 race wins now as well. Here's the overall result. Vorlacek from Lucas Holbacher, 2nd overall this weekend. Sami Salsala 3rd, with Vermeulen and Barella rounding out the top 5. In terms of the championship, well, Vorlacek now in a massive lead, 87 points over Vermeulen, Salsala 3rd, but Barella moves up 2 positions. James Addy also moves up 3 positions to 7th. There's your podium, there's your top 3, Vorlacek, Holbacher and Sami Salsala. And for Lucas Hellbacker, his first visit to the podium in 2012.
The track I especially don't like so much, but my bike functioned perfectly and completely team around, so it was necessary, I think, for me to win all 3 heats because everything functioned really perfectly, and if I don't make only some mistakes, then I think I have to win all the 3 heats. That it happened, so I think we make a good job with team, so thanks a lot to my team.
Hey everyone, I'm Giovanni Bussai. I've raced in the FIM Supermoto World Championship since 2006, and my past actually is from World Superbike. Things in the last few years have gone better, but this winter I had a bad injury and had to stop for quite a few months. But then I returned to racing, but with a little bit of difficulty. The bike is the same as last season because I didn't believe that I'd be taking part in the World Championship this year.
Every day, you're inside me.
We started work on the bike only in April, but without too many changes. The first Grand Prix were very hard, especially in Ottobiano. But then after that, Palermo was a little bit better.
Le prime gare sono state molto difficili, Ottobiano in particolare, poi da Palermo in poi.
Here the circuit is very fast, and that's good for me, just like from my past, from Superbike. And of course I hope to make a good race here this weekend.
Spero francamente di fare una bella gara.
Well, we caught up with Thomas Charret before the first race. Valentina asked him, obviously he's the leader of the championship, what's his strategy today? He said, well, this morning I made pole, so that's good. Of course, I'll try to win the race, and then I'll gain some points, and then that'll bring me forward in the championship to extend my lead.
Mauno, you are strong enough for confirm the excellent result of last GP?
I had a bad crash yesterday in the time practice, and my wrist is a bit sore, so just try to do some good motos, get some decent points, and we'll be back stronger in the next race.
So as the riders then go off on their sighting lap, here's the situation in the S1 World Championship. Thomas Charret 22 points clear of Manu Herminen, with Lazzarini just 4 points further back. Adrian Charret is fourth with Ravaglia down in fifth. In the time training session in Saturday's practice, it was Adrian Charret from Manu Herminen, Thomas Charret and Ivan Lazzarini, but that got rejigged for Superpole this morning. Thomas Charret moving up 2 places. Manu Herminen stayed second. Adrian Charret dropped 2 from first to fourth. Lazzarini stayed fourth. Off the line they go through that sweeping left-hand turn, and it's Manu Herminen who grabs the early advantage. And is that Thomas Charret behind him coming around the outside? It looks like that is the case. But Thomas Charret sweeps ahead, so too does Adrian Charret. So Manu Herminen drops from first to third as soon as they enter the dirt zone. So Thomas Charret then looking to make amends for Bulgaria when he didn't win the overall Grand Prix. Of course, we've had 3 overall different winners this year. Thomas Charret, Adrian Charret and Manu Herminen just a couple of weeks ago in Bulgaria. But Thomas Charret looking to change all that this weekend. He wants to become the first 2-time winner of 2012. He currently leads his brother there, number 5, Adrian Charret. That's Manu Herminen in third place. Thierry van den Bosch back this weekend on the motor racing KTM. He's down in 4th place ahead of Ivan Lazzarini. And the 32 of Ilias Saint-Martin is down in 6th position. On board with Giovanni Bussai as he gets moved aside there by the number 21 of Monticelli. There is Teo Monticelli. Decided to adopt the peakless helmet design a la Giovanni Bussai this year. There's Van den Bosch in that battle for 4th position with Ivan Lazzarini, the HM Honda rider. Oh, mate Verwinden's gone down. So Verwinden out of, 13th position. Manu Herminen now in second, having just found a way past number 5, Adrian Scherer. So Manu Herminen on lap 11, making that move. There's our little mini camera on the side of the circuit. Right, here's Lazzarini, number 30, in 4th place on the HM Honda. Just found a way past Thierry van den Bosch, who takes a look over his shoulder to see where the next rider is. Of course, that's going to be Christian Ravaglia. And Ravaglia there at the head of this group in a battle with Ilya Sammartin and Matt Winstanley. 4 or 5 guys there, and the 113, Max Verderosa, just off the back there as well. He's down in 9th place. That's Giovanni Busai. Not having a great ride, down in 11th place at the moment. Number 200 on the SBD Union Bike machine. But this circuit, very, very fast, favouring the top-end speed of the TM 450 that Thomas Scherer here is on. And he's on the same machine as well, actually, as Manu Herminen. So surprised to see Manu Herminen there in 2nd position, although he did have a crash on Saturday. So he is nursing a wrist injury, and he's now trying his best to try and fend off the challenge from the number 5 of Adrian Scherer in that battle for 2nd position, but making it look so easy. He didn't waste any time getting to the front of the field. Thomas Scherer, the TM Factory Racing rider, takes the checkered flag and victory in moto number 1 ahead of Manu Herminen. Adrian Scherer was 3rd, Thierry van den Bosch 4th, Ivan Lazzarini, Christian Ravaglia, Ilya Sammartin and Matt Winstanley rounding out the top 8. So far so good then for Thomas Scherer. He's got to do it again in moto number 2. Hey everyone, I'm Max Migliorati and I'm the team manager of Miglio team. We are here in Rijeka for the 4th Grand Prix of the Supermoto World Championship, and we are present thanks to the good results of Christian Ravaglia, but unfortunately for us, not for Francesco Brizzolari, who picked up an injury after the first round of the European Championship at the start of 2012. We didn't think to take part this season after KTM pulled out some important support for us.
Purtroppo abbiamo dovuto ridurre un po' gli impegni.
I'm very happy. I like the bike. It's a good development phase, and we've got a bit of time to search to get close to the best riders.
Cerchiamo di arrivare alla fine anno, di essere più vicini ai migliori.
S1 Race 2 fires out of the line, and it's the 131 once again of Manu Herminen. This time it's the number 5 Adrian Scherer, number 4 Thomas Scherer. They're your first 3 riders, and another good start from Thierry van den Bosch. Once again, Giovanni Busai right in the thick of the action on the SBD Union Bike machine. Natlin and Gotts battling there with the 110 of Fabrizio Bartolini. Not having a good ride in the second race, or certainly not a good beginning to this race. Riders getting into all shapes and sizes coming out onto that dirt section in the early stages. But here's a battle for second place between the Scherers, number 5 Adrian and number 4 Thomas Scherer. And it's Thomas Scherer looks to go down the inside and makes the pass stick. Now he's going after the 131 here, our race leader Manu Herminen. So it's a TM 1-2 followed by the Aprilia Fast Wheels machine of Adrian Scherer, the defending champion. There's Alexander Latashev and Teo Monticelli. Monticelli going up the inside. Looks to have taken that 14th position. Yes, he has. So Latashev, the Russian, just being nabbed there as he entered the dirt zone. Like he lost another position there as well in quick succession. But it's a three-way battle for first place now. Herminen, Thomas Scherer, Adrian Scherer, as they come over the finish line. Giovanni Busai just bringing us some fantastic onboard images here. No stranger to the high speeds that this Croatia circuit offers out on the tarmac sections. There's Monticelli, number 21. Got 6 or 7 guys hanging off the back of him, but look at this, down the inside, backing it in sideways. Number 4, Thomas Scherer, we have a new race leader. So just after 5 laps then, Thomas Scherer making a break for it in this second race. Leaving second place to be battled out between Manu Herminen and Adrian Scherer, just like it was in moto number 1. Thierry van den Bosch not out of this yet there, the 101 on the Moto Racing KTM, the Frenchman. Verwinden, who went down in the first moto. He's in a battle with the number 77, Hans Meyer. He's also battling there with 21, Teo Monticelli. Max Verderosa's in there as well, Marcel Gotts, another rider, 54. But just like he did in moto number 1, number 4, Thomas Scherer, TM Factory Racing, got to the front relatively early, and it's down to the other guys to find a way through. There's Davide Gozzini. Gozzini's been very quiet this year. He's down in 11th place at the moment. And there's Ravaglia, number 8. He's down in 7th, trying to find a way through on Ivan Lazzarini. Edwin Stanley having a good ride. Just ahead of him in 5th place on the SHR TM. Teammate to the guy in 2nd position, Manu Herminen. Thomas Scherer, though, on the final lap. Opening up almost 6 seconds over Manu Herminen and Adrian Scherer. Adrian Scherer just dropping off the pace a little bit there. 131, Manu Herminen just taking a look over his shoulder to see where the Frenchman is, but this guy here needn't worry. Number 4, Thomas Scherer, as he rounds out the final turn and takes the checkered flag for the second time of asking here in Croatia. So 50 points on the board from the first 2 races. Thomas Scherer wins from Manu Herminen. Adrian Scherer 3rd, Thierry van den Bosch 4th, and then Matt Winstanley, good ride for him, in 5th place. And then it's Lazzarini, Ravaglia and Pavel Kmart. Thomas Scherer, though, can he go all the way here and pick up all 75 points?
Championship with Alessandro Tognacini and Yamaha ZF 450. I am very happy about the work that Alessandro making about the development of the bike, because proved in the first race some problem about suspension. Now I think that the bike is really near to be ready to make a very good result. Our bike use a standard frame, and it's the perfect bike for the next year for every people.
Hey everyone, I'm Alessandro Tognacini. I ride with the number 13, and after 3rd place last year in the European Championship, I've switched to the World Championship with a new bike and a new team. Hope to make the best this season. My goal was the first 10, and I believe my Yamaha will bring me the goal that I strive for at the start of the season. The 3rd and final race of the day then for S1, and once again 131, Manu Herminen. Well, if there were prizes and points for whole shots, he would have picked up maximum points this weekend. And Adrian Scherer just behind him, although it's been overtaken already by number 4, the rider who's already won the first 2 races, our championship leader, Thomas Scherer. And Adrian Scherer there almost losing ground as he entered that left-hander coming into the slide zone. But we've got a battle on here in the early stages once again. Manu Hermanen doing his best. 131. Oh, slip gear there, it looked like. Oh, we've got a few guys down there. Giovanni Busai, the 200. Looks like 113, Max Verderosa. Maybe even Mike Verwinden was in there as well. There's Davide Gozzini. Gozzini down in 16th place at the moment. So Davide Gozzini on the Aprilia this year. Oh, Verwinden. Maybe it was him that went down in that multi-rider pilot and looking to retire his bike from the race. Back with the leaders though. 131, Manu Hermanen, despite that wrist injury, getting off to a good start and doing his best to hold off the number 4, Thomas Scherer. But the kind of form that Scherer is in today, it's going to be very difficult to keep the Frenchman at bay, that's for sure, as he looks to find a way around the fin, down the long straight into the sweeping right-hander. Seen him pass there before today, but he runs wide on the exit. But then look at that, he's just on the right line going into that left-hander, hard on the brakes and nudges aside the 131 Manu Hermanen. So we have a new race leader on lap 5. That's Adrien Scherer. He's having a bit of a nightmare down at the moment, down in 14th place. Started on 8th on the first lap, so he's fighting his way through. Oh, Ravaglia, another rider having problems. So Ravaglia out of 6th position. That's the 30, Ivan Lazzarini in 3rd position at the moment, but he's got his hands full with Van den Bosch and Pavel Kamar, the number 71. So they're 3rd, 4th and 5th. That's the 110 of Bartolini. Bartolini making steady progress through the field. Just hovering inside the top 10 at the moment as we look at the 54 of Marcel Gotts just ahead of him. Verderosa in there as well. And Verderosa, the 113, looking to find a way past Marcel Gotts. This is the battle for 9th place. Bartolini, a little bit out of sorts this season. Oh, Van den Bosch goes down. So Van den Bosch, who was challenging Ivan Lazzarini, throws that motor racing KTM down, loses the front end in the final turn. But opening up a comfortable lead at the head of the field, number 4, Thomas Scherer. Verderosa's gone down, 113, so he goes out of 9th place, does Max Verderosa. Lazzarini, though, comfortable in 3rd place now. Just Pavel Kamar to keep him company. Keeping him honest as well, actually. Here's 21, Teo Monticelli, and he's down in 6th place at the moment as he fends off Hans Meyer. But here's our race leader. No one has won all 3 races so far in 2012, so he's going to be the first 2-time winner, and he's going to take all 3 race victories here, and he does it at round 4. Thomas Scherer, the TM factory racer, wins here in Croatia at Rijeka. Confirmation of the race 3 result: Thomas Scherer, Manu Hermanen, Ivan Lazzarini, Pavel Kamar, Matt Winstanley, Teo Monticelli, Hans Meyer, and Bartolini down in 10th. Or in 8th place, I should say, but number 4, Thomas Scherer, winning the overall Grand Prix. Maximum points for him from Manu Hermanen and Ivan Lazzarini. So 6 wins now for Thomas Scherer in 2012. There's a look at the podium. Thomas Scherer in the middle, Manu Hermanen and Ivan Lazzarini either side of him. That's 3rd overall, Ivan Lazzarini. 2nd, Manu Hermanen, with a slight wrist injury after that crash on Saturday, but right, raises a slight smile anyway. So too does that man there, Thomas Scherer. And he's also the championship leader. He continues to lead, and the good news for him is he's now extended it to 31 points. Today I had a little bit of difficulty. I didn't think I'd win here because the track is very fast. However, I like the circuit. I won all 3 races. I've recovered the points from the last Grand Prix. I'd like to thank my team for this super weekend, and I'd like to say hello to my friend who was injured last week, and I dedicate this victory to him.
que je ferai tout pour me battre pour récupérer mon titre que j'ai perdu l'année dernière.
So 3 out of 3 then for Thomas Scherer, the perfect score. He now sits on 272 points, 31 clear of Manu Herman and Lazzarini. No change then in the top 8 riders, same as it was after Bulgaria last time out. But a big gain this weekend for Thomas Scherer as he extends his lead at the top of the table. TM do the same in the points chase for the manufacturers. Honda is second with Aprilia, KTM, Suzuki rounding out the top 5. Kawasaki 6th, Yamaha in 7th. For the first time here, this guy, Thomas Scherer, leaving a lasting impression on the fans that witnessed supermoto action here in Croatia. Well, that's it for round 4. Join us for round 5 when we go to the Grand Prix of Switzerland in Lignières. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.